Hi, I'm Sarah Jagger, and today I've decided to take the plunge and have my eyebrows done using semi-permanent makeup. Now, this is something that's going to last for months, so it's important that I put my eyebrows in safe hands. And what better place to come than London's prestigious Harley-Street, treatment hotspot to the rich and famous. Now, to get the best brows around, I've come to see leading semi-permanent makeup specialist, Debra Robson-Lawrence. Hello, Debra.
Good morning, Sarah. How are you this morning?
I'm good. Now, Debra, I'm a bit nervous because this is kind of like getting a tattoo, isn't it?
It is indeed. But don't worry, you're in safe hands. I've done thousands of these procedures and you'll be fine.
And what exactly is semi-permanent makeup?
Well, semi-permanent makeup is a rather advanced technique for applying natural-looking makeup. It's actually pigment which is implanted into the skin in, as you say, the form of a kind of a form of a tattoo, where it remains for a number of years and fades very, very gradually.
So I gather that it doesn't go as deep as a traditional tattoo would, is that right?
There are a number of things that are different. It doesn't go as deep. The equipment which is used isn't as aggressive. It's manufactured to medical standards, so it's actually used in hospitals. And the ink, or pigment as we call it in semi-permanent makeup, is different, so it's not as long-lasting as a tattoo.
So how long should I expect this to last?
Well, that's the question which everybody asks, but we can't give a definitive answer. There's a number of reasons that would affect the longevity of pigment in the skin.
Any advice that you'd give to someone thinking about having semi-permanent makeup?
Well, certainly research the market. It isn't something that should be taken lightly. It's generally applied to the face. It, even though it's semi-permanent, is with you a very long time, so you need to look into it very, very carefully, making sure that the person you visit is reputable.
Okay, is this going to hurt? Should I be nervous?
Okay, don't be nervous, that's the first thing. In terms of sensation, it will vary from person to person. We won't know specifically what you're going to feel until we do treatment. However, we are going to apply a cream anaesthetic.
Good.
To help this, to help your comfort levels.
Great, okay, I think I'm ready.
Ready?
Should we get started?
Okay, what I do initially is I'm going to check the angles of your brows to make sure they're starting where they should start.
Okay.
Where they're ending where they should end, and the natural arch is peaking where it should peak.
Okay.
What you will also notice invariably is that there are very, very few people that are completely symmetrical. Perfect symmetry, in fact, doesn't exist because we have to take into consideration bone structure. On one side of the face will be completely different to the other. The way the muscle lies across the bone will be completely different on one side of the features to the other. However, during these treatments, what we're trying to aim for is as much balance as we can get within reason. When designing brows, like I was saying earlier, you have a start point, you have a peak, and you have an end point of a brow. In order to create an aesthetically pleasing and a youthful brow, you need to make sure that the outside or the end point of the brow is not on a lower horizontal plane than the lowest part of the bulb.
Sure.
So I'll demonstrate this with a ruler. So you need to have on an exact horizontal plane, which yours is doing.
Great. Yep, that to me is a shape I'm really happy with.
Great. So why don't we go ahead with treatment? Before I put you on the treatment couch, I just want to blend a colour for you.
Okay.
And what I'm going to aim for is a shade which is 1 or 2 shades lighter than your natural brow hair.
Perfect.
So what I do is I will err on the side of caution. Initially it's going to look a little dark for you, but a few days after treatment it's going to exfoliate, it's going to soften, and it's going to lighten.
Great.
Okay?
So that will give me my natural.
That will give you your natural look, exactly.
Okay, great.
Okay, Sarah, I'm going to start on the left eyebrow for you.
Okay.
And I'm going to just implant some colour, and then I'll apply some more anaesthetic to keep you comfortable.
Wonderful. So Deborah, how did you start off as a makeup artist, is that right?
Yeah, I was initially trained as a beauty therapist. and specialised in makeup for weddings and photographic shoots.
Yeah.
And I noticed semi-permanent makeup creeping into this country a number of years ago, probably about 13, 14 years ago. Decided to do some training in it about 12 years ago, and wasn't impressed at all. I wasn't impressed with the techniques, I wasn't impressed with the standard of training.
I've seen some real disasters, actually, I've got to say. Yeah.
And I travelled to America, where I have to say style of work was pretty similar, but they had far more knowledge, and eventually created my style of work. And I've got a particular technique that I call the FAME technique, which is facial aesthetic micro enhancement, and it describes my natural way of working. So when I'm reconstructing a brow, I reconstruct it hair by hair.
So you are drawing on mimicking individual hairs?
I'm mimicking each individual hair, and how I get it to look natural is I will bend it to follow the natural flow of your existing hair.
Okay. So if somebody came in tomorrow wanting bright red eyebrows, big dramatic eyebrows, is that something you'd do?
No, I'd rather not accept the work. How's that feeling, Sarah?
Better than I thought it would. Now, what other treatments do you do? I know you do eyebrows, obviously.
I do treatments for eyes.
Oh, right.
Through to shaded eyeliners, so I can create soft and smudgy looking eyeliners. And we do 4 different treatments for lips. The lip treatments are all designed to blend with the natural colour of the lips. So I will actually blend a pigment to suit.
It's funny because I'm in a lovely room and it sounds like I'm in a tattoo parlour. What should I expect to see at the end of this treatment?
Expect that the treated area looks a little dark and a little definite.
Okay.
That effect will be with you for about 3 or 4 days.
Right.
After which it will exfoliate, so it will be like dry flaky skin that you will lose.
Okay.
With it will be some of the pigment colour, so it will then subsequently soften and lighten to a more natural looking treatment. And you're going to come back and see me in a few weeks' time to have it finished off, because invariably, because I err very much on the side of caution, the first treatment will be too soft for you.
Okay. Well, semi-permanent makeup can be used for other things as well as eyebrows, eyeliner and lips, can't it?
Yeah, there are medical implications to the treatments we offer, primarily to replace lost areolas following mastectomy and subsequent chemotherapy. And it's very much a self-esteem or a restoration of self-esteem for patients who've been through these kind of things. And it's an illusion. We'll blend a colour very close to the areola tissue, implant the colour in the area that the areola would have been. Again, a 2-treatment process. Very, very worthy in terms of its benefit for people who've been through these awful procedures.
Okay. Wow. Well, they're great. I've got to say, I love my new eyebrows.
Fantastic.
They are, as you say, a little darker than they will be in a couple of days. I can see that now. But the shape is fantastic. They both match. Wait, I can actually see every tiny little hair that you've drawn in. That's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, they're a little darker than they will be in a couple of days' time, but I love my new eyebrows, and the best part is that they will look perfect all the time. So if you're interested in having any semi-permanent makeup treatments done, be sure to follow Debra's advice.
Do your research. Make sure the equipment, clinic and pigments meet health and safety requirements. Ask for references. Check the technician's portfolio.
Well, that's all for now, but for even more beauty advice, go to our website, www.beautyzone.tv.